Okay, I'd like you to start testing your recipes. Thank you, Jan. You won't regret it. You wanted to talk? Is it about your cooking experiments? How'd it go? Amazing. Surpassed my expectations. I have enough ideas for 3 full courses. And maybe something a little extra too. Great. When can we start? Yeah, about that. There's a little hindrance. What do you mean? The kitchen I used to cook in was quite basic, you know? So, I'm not very good with high-tech equipment, like an automatic food processor. I think I broke it. Seriously? I can't believe you didn't read the manual before using an electrical device. Sorry. Guess I never got to share your technical education. I'm used to relying on my intuition. I guess we're gonna have to fix it then. Yeah, that and the electricity in the kitchen. What? I think I fried the circuit breaker. There's no power in the whole module. Sorry. Don't worry about it. Shit happens. We'll just get the whole kitchen fixed. But you gotta promise me that feast is gonna be massive. That I can guarantee. All right. Let's get to work then. So, have you finished your calculations? Do you know how we can get the gravity field back to normal? Yes, the design is ready. Our counterforce will have to come from several sources. 2 neutralizing towers, 1 per each side of the canyon to cover the whole affected area. It will be an effort to build them, but if operated correctly, they should do the trick and give us safe passage through. What do you mean by operated correctly? Good question. Well, there's a little catch to the whole situation. Once you set up the towers, they will need to be operated simultaneously. So, we'll need to send 4 people up there at the same time. Oh. Yeah. Better shape up your crew if we're gonna do this. Hello?
Jan, Maxwell here.
It's good to hear you. Things are getting more and more tense in here.
Yeah, I know. Lucas told me everything. I set to work at once analyzing the data you sent. I won't lie to you. This condition you discovered is something never seen before. I can confirm what you probably already suspect. It is highly probable that it is induced by accelerated brain tissue development which your alters have undergone. I am very sorry this has happened, but nobody could have predicted it. As I've said before, you're a pioneer, Jan. Unexpected setbacks come with the job.
Easy for you to be sorry from behind a desk.
Is it? I'd say it's harder to be calm when you know you can only be a passive observer. Especially knowing that I'm going to have to ask you to cross another threshold.
I don't like how that sounds.
It's understandable. Just try to keep an open mind.
What would I have to do?
Prepare a treatment based on biological material from a healthy donor.
Donor of what exactly?
Brain cells.
Oh. But isn't it a bit risky to donate brain cells? I mean, don't you need specialist equipment and personnel to do it safely?
Oh, don't worry. You wouldn't be the donor.
What? Why not? I'm the only one who's not affected.
Because it would kill you. It's not blood samples we're talking about, but a significant amount of brain tissue from the cortex.
So, how did you want me to get it?
There is only one solution. You have Rapidium, Jan. You have the womb. All you need to do is create a copy of your body, but without applying the branching procedure. By leaving its mind records blank, you will create a being with no awareness, no feelings, no thoughts. A biological vessel, if you will. A tabula rasa.
Are you seriously suggesting what I think you are? You want me to create an alternate version of myself in order to extract his cortex?
What do you think makes us human, Jan? Our body or our mind? This life form would not be an alter, because it simply wouldn't be human at all. It would only be a body.
Wait, but if Rapidium-induced growth causes this, won't he get sick as well?
It shouldn't. Not if it stays fully sedated. You see, the mutation occurs in the part of the brain responsible for cognitive functions, thinking, learning, remembering. So as long as the vessel's cortex stays inactive, it will remain a clean slate, and its brain tissue will be safe to use.
So, tabula rasa is doomed to die.
Oh, I see what worries you. The possible existence of the human factor some people call the soul. Personally, I prefer the word used by Avicenna, essence. You see, Avicenna made a distinction between essence and existence, which he thought was the domain of the accidental, or, as you would put it, the choices that shape us. Essence, on the other hand, is that core of a being which endures, regardless of any circumstances. For Avicenna, essence proved that there was a God who created us. For me, it's a whole new field of study. Just think about it. What if we looked at this essence just like we look at any other aspect of a human being? Its body, mind, emotions, something that can be scientifically observed, trained, even enhanced. Isn't that exactly what you are doing with your alters, Jan?
I'm not experimenting on them. I'm surviving.
Then carry on doing it. All I'm suggesting is that you look at this empty altar's essence in the same way a sculptor looks at a stone that is too brittle to carve in. There's no logical reason to fear dismissing it. Lucas and I went back to our old research to recreate a piece of code we once discarded. One that allowed for a much more flexible approach to erasing human memories. It can serve you to increase the capabilities of the quantum computer and create a tabula rasa version of yourself.
Upgrade the quantum computer with the use of your banned research, but what about Ally Corp? What about the consequences for me when they find out about all the rules I've broken? A simple builder? I mean, creating my alters is one thing, but this... I could get accused of much bigger violations.
Can I trust you, Jan?
That depends. If I can trust you.
I'm putting a lot at stake for you. Of course you can trust me. Ally Corp doesn't have to know anything. Whatever happens from now on can stay strictly between you and me. I told you that I'd do anything to protect your mission, and I wasn't joking. Follow my instructions, and I'll take care of everything else.
Ally Corp has a big medical department. My ex-wife works there. Are you sure we shouldn't turn to them for help instead of harvesting this biological vessel against the law?
Yes, I'm sure. I told you before, it's better for you and your alters if your wife and her employers stay out of this. You didn't listen then. I hope you'll listen now. It's the only safe way for you. We can do this. Are you with me?
This is all very confusing. I need to think it through before I make any decisions.
Of course. I'm sure you'll come to the right conclusion. You're a smart man, Jan Dolsky. Let me just make one thing clear. My goal isn't to undermine Ally Corp's operations. It's not resentment that drives me. Yes, my career was broken because of their short-sightedness, but I'm not seeking revenge. I just believe that I have a much deeper understanding of the full potential of your mission and the means to execute this potential. All they could ever do is take the Rapidium you've found and use it to boost the prices of their shares. Sure, maybe a few hungry people would benefit as a side effect, but it would all be temporary, insignificant, an opportunity lost. So, no, I'm not against them. But I know that by withholding some information from them, we can achieve so much more. Just think about it, Jan. Think about how much everything you're going through is really worth. Because to the corporation, you are just an instrument. To me, you are a gift.
Hey there. I talked to Maxwell. It looks like he came up with a cure for your condition. Really? Are you telling me there's hope? Yeah, it's some kind of sophisticated treatment based on healthy brain tissue. Maxwell sent us a formula. Oh, that's ambitious. What do you need me to do? Well, I'll need you to reprogram our quantum computer according to some old piece of code from Maxwell's experiments. He claims it's gonna let us create an awareness-free alter. Awareness-free? The plan is to create a biological vessel from my DNA and extract lots of healthy brain tissue from it. A biological vessel to produce a healthy mutation-free brain. That makes sense. So, you're okay with it? It sounds like a promising idea. Why would I not be okay with it? Because it's cruel? Science is cruel. Survival is cruel. But it's not just about our survival, right? The whole mission is at stake, Jan. That's what Maxwell said. Don't you find it odd that he's so reluctant to consult Ally Corp Medical about our problem? It is slightly unsettling, I admit. Are you thinking of talking to them behind his back? I don't know. Maybe I should talk to Lena again? Look, this situation is starting to be a little too emotionally problematic for me. She's your ex, not mine. You decide whether you want to take the risk. Just remember, Maxwell gave us a viable option. Shouldn't we just proceed instead of complicating things? I'm not comfortable with Maxwell's option. Okay then, do as you wish. Call Lena. She's good at what she does, that's for sure. But in the meantime, let me start researching this new QC functionality so as not to waste time in case it turns out Lena can't help us. Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. We can do this. Hey, you wanted to talk?
Yeah. I was hoping you could explain something to me. We're in deep shit, right? It's an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Sort of.
You, my friend, did not outdo yourself to make me whole again so that I would shy away from hard work when duty calls. Correct?
Right.
So how come you're not sending me where the real action is?
Real action?
Mining outpost is where a miner belongs. That's where I'm at my most efficient, and that's where I'm needed right now.
Initiative. I like that. You're right. We should get the most out of your expertise to mine resources faster.
I'm ready when you are. Just give me a sign.
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah. And I gotta say,
Good job. I know not everyone is convinced about this method, but in my opinion, we should do whatever it takes to save the crew without looking back. I can see that you're angry.
Observant as usual.
What normally helps you calm down?
Normally, huh? There's a grove near my lab. When I need to blow off some steam, I go for a walk.
Stretching your legs is a good way to boost efficiency. I wonder if walking around the base would do the trick for you.
It just might. Good to see you look at it this way.
So, heard the news? We might have a cure for you. Yeah, I heard you managed to find a way. You must feel... But no, you tell me. How do you feel about it? I feel... relief. That you guys won't have to die. Yeah, it is a relief. I guess it would be quite a problem if you were left all alone again. No, I didn't mean it like that, as a problem. More like a loss. Oh, really? That's very touching. You've grown attached. Looks like you have something to say to me.
Please, tell me it's not true. Are we seriously going to farm a human being like it's a plant?
It won't be a human being. Think of it as a biological vessel.
What? Can you even hear yourself? So, what are we, then? Psychological vessels? The whole idea is just... shameful. I have no other word for it. Why the hell haven't you talked to Lena about it?
Here we go again.
What? At least appreciate that I'm not suggesting you let me talk to her, although it would be better.
No, it's better if I talk to her.
So you will? Good. Look, all I'm trying to do here is preserve your humanity. And I believe in Lena. I really believe she can help us again.
So, heard the news? We might have a cure for you. Look at us. No problem we can't solve, right? Amazing what modern science can do nowadays, man. Extracting brain tissue, I mean, that's awesome. And a bit gross, but what can you do? So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah, I heard. And I want you to know I don't like it. It would be like being fed my own brother's brain.
What if I told you I'm looking for another way?
Yeah, whatever. I'm starting to think it's not the solution that's the problem. It's the fact you put us in this situation in the first place.
So, heard the news? We might have a cure for you.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it. They're saying it's a controversial idea. But this is not the time and place for being subtle, right?
So, heard the news? I think we might have a cure for you.
Yeah, I've heard. And I gotta say, it's kinda disturbing. Is it true you're considering creating this knocked out guy and retrieving his brain?
Don't worry. I want to try and explore another way.
That's a relief. Hope it works out.
So, heard the news? we might have a cure for you. Yes, I've heard, and I have a very strong opinion about it. Just because some things are possible from a medical standpoint doesn't mean they should be done. Agreed. We have to look for another way. Yeah, you got my full support on that. Lena, can you hear me?
I'm here. Did you get to your rendezvous point?
Not yet. I'm experiencing unforeseen circumstances. Again.
What's the problem?
It's a medical condition I seem to have developed up here. Don't freak out, but it's some kind of... well, brain mutation.
What?
I said, don't freak out, please.
But didn't you get a proper checkup before leaving? How the fuck is that even possible? What is wrong with this mission? What is wrong with Maxwell?
He's trying to help. He suggested something, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I could really use a second opinion, and I just thought you could have some ideas.
Okay. Do you have anything you can send me?
Yeah, I've got an MRI scan.
Right. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Thank you, Lena.
Jan, you said Maxwell gave you a solution you didn't like.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to go into the details.
Well, whatever it is, maybe keep it as a backup option, just in case. We don't know how much time you have.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Lena, can you hear me?
I'm here. Did you get to your rendezvous point?
Not yet. I'm experiencing unforeseen circumstances. Again.
What's the problem?
It's a medical condition I seem to have developed up here. Don't freak out, but it's some kind of... well, brain mutation.
What?
I said, don't freak out, please.
But didn't you get a proper checkup before leaving? How the fuck is that even possible? What is wrong with this mission? What is wrong with Maxwell?
He's trying to help. He suggested something, but I'm not sure it's gonna work. I could really use a second opinion, and I just thought you could have some ideas.
Okay. Do you have anything you can send me?
Yeah, I've got an MRI scan.
Right. I'll see if I can figure something out.
Thank you, Lena.
Jan, you said Maxwell gave you a solution you didn't like.
Yeah, he did. I don't want to go into the details.
Well, whatever it is, maybe keep it as a backup option, just in case. We don't know how much time you have.
I'll keep it in mind. Thanks. Hey, I'd like a word with you. Lena?
I think I've got something for you.
Really? What is it?
I got my hands on some tech we've been using for one of our contracts. It seems it can be modified to your needs. It's a neural implant.
What? Oh, no, Lena, I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I only have the basic equipment here.
Oh, relax, okay? It's a tiny, smart device. Inserting it is no harder than vaccinating a kid. I'll send you all the necessary instructions.
Easy peasy, huh?
I missed your sarcasm. But no, it wasn't easy to crack this one. It took all night, actually. And we did our best to make it as simple as possible for you.
No, wait. We? Who's we?
I consulted a colleague. He was in charge of deploying this implant for its original use. Nobody knows this tech better than him.
What was the original use?
The client was a big company operating in the private prison sector. They tested it on convicts applying for parole. The implant didn't just track their whereabouts, it also allowed them to control them in other ways, regulate their levels of anxiety and such. Anyway, we think we can reprogram it to provide other brain treatments. We've worked out an initial formula based on your scan results. The implant will let us apply the formula, but also allow us to react in case anything goes wrong in the future.
No, wait. Let me get this straight. You want me to implant a tracking device in my head and let Ally Corp medicate me with whatever they want?
That's what doctors usually do. I thought you'd be glad. This thing can save your life. Why does it bother you?
It's the surveillance that bothers me. I'm not a criminal.
Well, in that case, you have nothing to hide, right? Look, I know how it sounds, but it really is the only thing we've got. I'll send you the instructions, and please just follow them. The most important thing is to start the treatment as soon as possible, okay?
Sure. Thanks, Lena. Hey, I notice you returned late to the base. You know that radiation at this time can be extremely dangerous for you.
Ah, you noticed. Yeah, I did stay out a little longer. But I squeezed so much more out of that outpost. And we really need it now. I do feel kinda nauseated, but small dose of radiation ain't nothing we can't neutralize overnight.
I don't think you should go on like this.
Why not? You need me, and I want to make myself useful. So stop being so goddamn noble and take advantage of it like a proper boss.
Have you heard? We have another way to cure you.
Right. Well done. Brain implants. Talk about jumping out of the frying pan and into the fire.
I noticed some tools lying around the tour vehicle. Looks like someone's been tinkering with it. Wasn't you, by any chance?
So what if it was? I need to stay sane somehow. Holding a heavy-duty screwdriver in my hand calms me down. Even if I know driving that screw in won't change anything.
What's troubling you? Well, I've been analyzing the situation thoroughly, and in light of the fact that we may all die of this abnormality in our brains, the thought of not making it back to Earth has been haunting me. To the point of obsession, I admit. Of all people, you're the one I least expected to panic like that. Are you afraid of dying? No, Jan. I'm concerned about what the world will miss if I go too soon. Oh, what do you mean? My work. Everything I did in my parallel life wasn't meaningless. On the contrary, it had the potential to push space exploration to a whole new level. Really? How? You see, I developed a method of nanoparticle dispersion that proved to be stable in even the most extreme conditions. Oh, shit? Exactly. And now it breaks my heart to think that all that groundbreaking research, all that knowledge could just disappear with me, never to see the light of day. Yeah, man, you're right. We can't let the method of nano particle. We can't let it disappear. So let's do something about it. Yeah, right. But what can we do about it? I want to recreate my research here and now. Revisit my logic, backtrack my calculations, rewire the connections in my brain, and write it all down again. For posterity. And you need me to grant me the time to focus on this project and nothing else. Of course, I'd still be there to attend mission-critical tasks if the need arises, but I would appreciate if I could limit my availability as much as possible until I get this weight off my chest completely. So, you're telling me no other scientist is smart enough to come up with what you did? Are you really such a genius? Genius? You mean a nerdy guy you see in movies who wakes up in the middle of the night with a ready-made solution in his head? No, Jan. I'm a normal human being just like you. Difference is, I've burned the midnight oil more than once to find the answers I was looking for. It's no magic. But yes, I do think there's a risk no one else will ever come up with my method. And the reason I fear that is because, well, you could say, discovered it by accident. What? No shit. Yeah, but that doesn't diminish the importance of my results, does it? They say luck favors the prepared, but this time I'm gonna need more. Will you favor me as well? Fine. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. It's amazing that by trying to save your own life and altering yourself, you involuntarily unleash such a big potential for change and progress. I can start working on my old research whenever you're ready. Looks like I found an alternative treatment for you. Yeah, brain implants. This is going from bad to worse. You know what? I just want to live, okay? I found an alternative solution to your problem.
The implants, right? Talk about a divisive idea. But I, for one, appreciate your effort. Anything's better than,
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
No way! On my old skipping rope. So you did want to get back in shape.
Yeah. I thought that I'd be bored enough here to train regularly.
If I remember correctly, buying it was my first attempt at working out. Did I fail? Yes. But it was a start. Thanks, man.
I found an alternative solution to your problem.
I know. The news stirred up some emotions. What are you gonna decide?
It's a tough one. I don't know, really.
Want my advice? If you don't know what to do, always go down the more difficult path.
Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
Huh. I remember that mug.
Not bad for an amateur, right?
It's the imperfections that make it perfect. Thank you.
Hey, I'd like to talk about those filters, the miner's idea. You can't be serious. You know this whole thing is ridiculous, right? He's got a point, though. What if something contaminates our water? Well, you're the captain. You want me to research filters? I'll research filters.
Hey, what did you want to talk about? Is it true?
Are you really thinking of getting the corporation involved in our treatment? The jury's still out on this one. Why? I strongly advise against it. Whatever you do, do not trust the corporation. I might sound obsessed, but I am speaking from experience. You should know that Ally Corp has blood on their hands. Yeah, why doesn't that surprise me? Of course, they put the blame on the unions. What happened? Well, first they tried to downplay our demonstrations. Chaotic riots, that's what they called them. Then they sent in the police. Things got more and more brutal. Innocent people were arrested, charged with false accusations, vilified. That's when I decided to step in as a leader. I consolidated all the separate small unions, and together we declared a general strike of the joint unions against all the big six corporations. Well, they couldn't call us chaotic anymore, so what do you think they did? I'm dying to know, man. They went for me, personally, by planting a mole inside the organization who challenged my leadership. Imagine this guy appearing out of nowhere and suddenly undermining my authority. And his agenda? Stop the strike, back down on our demands. Ridiculous. The worst thing was, some people actually took him seriously, which is exactly what those double dealers wanted. To drive a wedge between us, destroy our newfound unity. You had to send a clear message to the people. Yeah. I had to show them that we'd never back down. It was now or never. We needed public opinion on our side, so I called for a nationwide demonstration to support our cause. A mass display of distrust towards the powers that be. And you know what? The turnout exceeded my expectations. It was the proudest day of my life. Until it became the darkest one. What happened? The police happened. Pushing the protesters about, yanking people out of the crowd, and mousetrapping the ones who wanted to retreat. Panic broke out. Several groups started backing out while others tried to push on, trampling them. It was a massacre. Many people died that day, Jan. And it's all on the corporations. Their hypocrisy, their greed. Did you ever regret it? Getting involved? Becoming their leader? Let me tell you something. I had a friend, good friend, Ben. He was tired of the fighting. At one point, he asked me to go away with him, but I couldn't. I felt giving up would be like letting the corporation win. That was the moment I realized what my calling was: to lead people, inspire them to stand up for themselves. What happened only proves that we were up against pure evil and that our fight made sense. So, no, I have no regrets, even though I got blamed for those deaths. And that was the corporation's plan all along. To backstab me and discredit me in the eyes of people who trusted me most. So, how come you ended up on this mission? For Ally Corp? Well, it was the only way to redeem myself in the eyes of the unions. I failed as a leader. So, I needed to rebuild my position from scratch.
And then Ally Corp offered me the role of a union representative on this mission. They probably thought they were humiliating me. But I wanted to show the people I was willing to fight for their rights in any circumstance, even if it meant venturing into the lion's den. So, here I am. But it doesn't mean I trust them. And neither should you. 'Cause they're gonna play you just like they played me. Don't worry. I won't. Good. Thanks for hearing me out. I hope you won't let anyone change your mind. Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah, it's about the miner. I've been watching him and I don't like what I'm seeing. He keeps coming back late, doesn't rest properly. Yeah, it worries me too. But it seems like this is how he wants it. Not much I can do to stop him. Not great. I mean, I know the radiation can be handled from a medical point of view, but I just don't think it's right for a person to be exploited like that. Makes me wonder why he's okay with it. He just wants to make himself useful in a difficult time. Where's the harm in that? But that's it. Haven't you noticed how obsessed he is with being useful, hand or no hand? The miner's clearly trying to prove something he's insecure about, and you're taking advantage of that. Well, what do you want me to do about it? See, this is exactly why the unions were adamant about a mental health specialist on board every mission. The miner needs therapy. It's as simple as that. I know our shrink is a little unconventional, but you can't deny he's a pro. That's not such a bad idea. It's just that won't going back to all that bad shit in his life bring him down and make him lose that new zest he just acquired? You're worried he's going to be less productive. And you might be right. But maybe that's exactly what he needs. To like himself the way he is, even if no one awards him a medal for it. Looks like talking to Lena helped find an alternative solution after all. Yeah. I mean, the idea of that implant doesn't sound so great, but I guess Lena knows what she's doing, right? Have you heard? We have another way to cure you. More like another way to get people pissed off around here. Nobody likes getting their mind violated by an all-powerful corporation. I'd like to talk to you about that filtering system you mentioned earlier. Okay. You didn't change your mind, did you? No, I'm glad you came to me with the idea. I just wanted to let you know that I'm going through with it. Really? I was sure you were gonna say I'm being paranoid or something.
Not bad, huh? It really hits all your senses. The sound of the birds chirping in your ears, the summer breeze on your face. Quite the immersive experience.
You forgot to mention the stench of mold in the air conditioning.
Well, it can't all be perfect, can it?
Apparently not.
So, I was wondering, how much more did I not know about Mom?
What?
Well, it seems you got to know her better after our lives separated. I'd love to know what you talked about on that bench.
So, this is what it's all about, huh? You just want to sit down and make up for lost time. That's not the way it works.
What do you mean?
You don't get to just collect a few nice memories and pretend you lived my life. Made my choices. You chose the easy way back then. You want it easy now. What if I told you that I regret it? Do you? Or are you just lying to yourself? Because it seems to me that at the end of the day, you're always thinking about yourself. Look at us. Here I am, scared of dying because of your decisions, and all you want is to hear more about Mom. My decisions? Yeah. You created us like this, like some kind of freaks, messing with our brains so much, I mean, it had disaster written all over it. But you preferred not to see it. You haven't got a clue how to cure us, do you? You're just pretending to care, because you need us to get back to your lousy life. Hey, you can deny it all you want, but I'm still waiting for a reason to believe you've changed. And all I'm seeing is the same guy who left Mom because he was fucking selfish. Well, I'm sorry you see it that way. Yeah, well, that's not gonna help me much, is it? You know what? I think I just want to be alone.
Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah. So, I heard you're in touch with Lena about our problem.
You did.
I just want to say, asking her for help is the smartest move. You're gonna do as she says, right?
I don't really know yet.
Well, you should stick to her. You seem to be getting along much better now, aren't you?
Yeah. But I'm keeping it strictly professional.
Oh, okay. So, you're not thinking of getting back together with her?
Nah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Too much water under the bridge.
Maybe. Still, there's something you need to know. I think it's only fair you should know how much deeper your relationship could have been.
What do you mean?
You see, she was the one who was supposed to go on this mission. She was the head of the hydroponic farms project. I was just helping her out in the lab. She was so excited about taking her solutions to a base like this. She wanted to go so badly. But she failed her medical tests.
And you could replace her just like that? Without any preparations?
It was madness, but yeah. Somehow I managed to get a crash course in everything in the last moment. It was only possible because I've been close to Lena all the time she'd been preparing. Because she insisted I take her place.
Wait a second. Couldn't she just take care of whatever the problem was and enroll for the next mission? Unless you're telling me this was something that wouldn't go away.
Well, it was. But also, it was something neither of us wanted to go away. She was pregnant.
Oh,
I only learned about it the night before takeoff. She didn't want to raise my hopes because it was still such an early stage. We'd been trying before, but every time it ended all too soon. The disappointment was unbearable. And yeah, I can't say it didn't put our marriage to the test. But this time, we were really hoping for a breakthrough. Thing is, I'll never get to know if we were right.
wow. So you were gonna be a dad. That's amazing.
It is, isn't it? If only for a moment. But that was a moment of happiness in that short time between the launch and going into cryosleep. And then waking up here. Only to learn that it's not true. Funny.
I never thought being a father would become so important to me. What about you? Did you ever think about it? I can't say it never crossed my mind, but... you know, time was never right. First, we were saving money for the house. Then I lost my job. And then it was just struggling to find any stability. Stability, yeah. We found it after moving abroad. Turned out that company wanted her so much, they even agreed to hire me to help her out in the lab. Working together really brought us close. You should have seen her beaming that night she told me. "This could be it, Jan," she said. I'll never forget the look on her face. I was supposed to get a good night's sleep before the launch, but we just talked the hours away, laughing and remembering old times. Until at 3 in the morning, we ended up singing Big Green Tractor. Oh man. Yeah, that's right. The unforgettable hit of our mountain road trip. That trip. Man, that must have been in another life. We were crazy, young, and in love. And broke. Remember that rundown car we borrowed from Lena's uncle? Yeah. All it had for a radio was an old CD player and one CD. And the opening track, Big Green Tractor. It made us laugh so much we played it on repeat. Yeah. Those were the times. That trip was where Lena bought us that cheesy shepherd's axe. Remember? Oh, yeah. You know, I even packed it on this mission to remind me of her. Hey, you didn't by any chance have the same idea? No. Sorry, I didn't. Oh yeah, stupid me. I got so immersed in memories I almost forgot you two split up. I guess I'm just trying to hold on to anything real and tangible. I packed so many things that reminded me of her, I'm left with nothing. But, of course, there's no way that axe could materialize from another life where it wasn't, well, valued so much. Anyway, thanks for talking. I'm glad I got it off my chest.